it's even a grocery getter. You've got a trunk.
Yeah.
More time spinning tires.
Hey guys, my name is Liam. You're watching Gone Jeepin', and I forgot your name already because, like, of all the commotion here, you are.
My name's Nick Darger.
This is Nick with RJ Fabrication, and behind us is one of the craziest Jeeps I have ever seen. And okay, full disclosure, someone sent me pictures of this earlier today, and they're like, "You got to see this Jeep," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And they showed me the suspension. I'm like, "Yeah, that's nice, right?" And in the photo, it's like, it's just nice, it's just cool. I come over here and I'm looking at this, and this is so detail oriented. You guys thought of everything, not just from a style standpoint, but like function standpoint. And I am just beyond impressed with this thing. So please take us through this Jeep and show us like what you did and like the passion behind it. I'm really excited.
Sure. This Jeep started life as a 49 Willys pickup truck. We've stretched it into an extra cab, and we hand-built a 2-inch chromoly chassis from scratch. It has Triton Engineering's independent front suspension in the front, 4-wheel drive, same front end you see on Lauren Healy's Ultra 4 and a few other King of the Hammers Jeeps and trucks. So it's been tested, it's been proven, it's won championships, so we trust this front end. And so we took this front bulkhead and we built everything around it. You might notice in the front here the grille looks a little different. We Frenched the grille in with the hood. We sunk the headlights back in, tried to sleek things up, and we took probably about 8 inches or so out of the height of the grille just to fit around the bumper. The hood spines on these are usually a pot metal. They're cast. They're pretty flimsy. We made our own outbuilt aluminum. We engraved the Yuma Criminals logo, their high school mascot of the client for this vehicle, as a nice little Easter egg, because Jeep loves their Easter eggs. They always have. One of the biggest challenges with this build has been the packaging. I can pop the hood here. There we go. Has been the packaging. There's a lot going on in here. So inside by here we have a supercharged LS3 from Robert Maruzzi, a 2.9 Whipple supercharger on that. We had to custom make the entire accessory drive for it, and everything is packed in tight here. We got bolt shocks. There's
You're not joking, man.
No, there is a steering cooler in here with fans, a scoop for it, an oil cooler with fans over there, intercooler reservoir, a power steering reservoir over here, an intercooler here, another intercooler, an air box, an AC condenser, and every single cooler and air box has its own separate air channel, so neither one will cross-contaminate the other. Now to work on your shocks on this, it looks a little difficult in there. All the paneling are Zeus fasteners, so the quarter-turn fasteners get everything apart. The intercoolers are held in with one bolt here in the front. They're on dry brakes, so you can disconnect the plumbing without losing any fluid or leaking. Pull the intercoolers out of the way. Airbox is held on with a Wigging-style clamp here from Vibrant. And now everything's out of the way in the front of your vehicle. You can get your shocks, either adjust them or remove them. We tried our best to make this thing as serviceable as possible. We got KC highlights throughout, so you need to do a belt change in the front. You can use your switch pros on your phone or in the dash in there. Light up the whole entire engine bay. You can turn a wrench in here, change a belt, whatever you got to do inside the vehicle. And from the front of the vehicle, there's 5 air scoops and 5 separate channels that go underneath the truck. 2 go on the outside for the side pipes to help keep air moving on the exhaust underneath each rocker panel. 1's in the center for the engine transmission, get that hot air go straight through. And there's 2 more that come from each side, and they're separate from the hot sections that feed the radiator behind the cab. And I guess let's take you inside the interior and show you some of that. Actually, let me stop here real quick. The original badges on this thing were in a couple pieces, so we found a company. They machined these out of aluminum for us to match the original 4-wheel drive insignia.
Looking behind them, like I was trying to see what.
Let's see. And let's take a look at the interior. So we did a custom interior from Rudy's Custom Upholstery in Hesperia, California. Hand-built the aluminum dash, hand-built the aluminum center console, and Rudy wrapped it up in real leather for us. Custom handbrake, paddle shifters on the wheel, custom suspension seats, crow harnesses, 2 Switch Pros 12 systems in there, and an iPad in the dash for navigation, and 2 Holley Pro dashes for all your engine vitals.
Yeah, so, you know, you think of racing and you think of kind of a bare bones, get to the finish line type thing. And look at the stitching on this guy. Like, what is that?
We tried to go for, it's a race-inspired vehicle with a luxury finish. So that the whole entire dash is held in with Zeus fasteners. So you can undo your fasteners quickly. There's one cannon plug. It's a big one in the back that holds all electronics. So with the Zeus fasteners and one cannon plug, you can get this dash out in probably 5 or 10 minutes if you need to do any work behind it. Same with the center console. Every single electrical component on this thing is on a cannon plug, including even these KC lights here. A simple cannon plug in through there, just because it's tried and true, it's sealed, it's metal, and it will never rot like a plastic connector will.
Yeah, show me this mustache here. What's going on here?
So the 46 to 49 had a door popper that you pushed in to open the door. And, this particular client has always had a mustache his whole life. His kids have always known him with a mustache. His grandkids have. So the kids and grandkids like to surprise him with a mustache on anything they build for him or anything he has. So he had a custom table made for him in the dining room, and they inscribed a mustache at his seat of the table, and they told us to hide one on the truck. So we
jump in and say something here.
Sure.
I'm even not so that it's not just a voice.
Yep.
So one of the questions I like to ask people, hi there, son, is what about this Jeep makes it uniquely yours? Now you're building for a client,
yes,
and that is what makes it uniquely his.
Yes.
And that is so cool because the thing that I like about Jeeps and about cars is it's not just a vehicle. It's part of your personality. It's part of your life. It's part of what people know about you. And so when I see that you guys did that for him, that's really important. And I'm like, so is all of the other stuff you described. Like the detail in this is so amazing, and we're not even through half of it.
Yeah, and we all know that Jeeps love their Easter eggs on everything they do.
Oh,
so,
yes.
you know, we got his high school mascot on the hood. We got even put his high school mascot here on his handbrake, right there. And just like a lot of Jeeps from the 60s had, there's a storage under both seats. If I can get my hand down in here. So this whole cubby down here, you can put whatever you need in there. Just like, because this thing from the factory had underseat storage, and we're trying to pay some homage to what it used to have. Another fun Easter egg is you'll see on a lot of GM vehicles, their door sill plates will say Body by Fisher. We made our own, except for we did a little Body by RJ Fab, and we used the little carriage there to kind of pay homage to what GM and Fisher's been doing. Let's see. Inside this thing, in that one center console alone, there is 3 PDMs. There is a Holly computer. There's a whole lot of wiring. There's the paddle shifters. The AC box is in that center console. The twin sticks, a handbrake, and we somehow fit 2 cup holders.
Tell me about this fire extinguisher. Why does the fire extinguisher not look like other fire extinguishers?
This one's from Safecraft. It's a high-end fire extinguisher. It's also made to look sexy. So,
and it does.
And it does. They're a nice billet unit. They have a nice clamshell cam lock design, so it's easy to break off one piece. So we have one in between the seats. There's an extinguisher below each seat as well. It's a small one here. And we keep an extinguisher on both sides here. And just in case of emergency, there's a pull lever up here between the 2 rugged race radios for a fire suppression system. And that will put fire suppressant through nozzles in the trans tunnel, the engine bay, and even below the dash, into the occupant area here.
Unreal.
It's just an extra layer of insurance to give you a few more seconds to get out if anything were to happen when you're out in the desert playing with this. So I guess we'll move on to the back of it now. One thing I want to point out is our KC light bar up here. We threw it on an actuator because it looks good with the light bar down in the daylight. When you need it, flip it up. You come up on a hill, you can change the angle of it, lean up the hill, lean down, and when you're done, put it away. It keeps it safe once it's down. Back here is our own suspension here, our 60-inch trailing arms we make. They're 100% chromoly. It's all double pass TIG welded. King shocks, a 3.0 coilover, a 4.0 bypass. And we had Brett King custom anodize the color for us to match the truck. Up here in these scoops, these are actually exhaust scoops. There's a radiator laying forward right here that sucks air from the scoops in the front I was telling you about. We use the belly of the vehicle as a giant tunnel for air. Also keeps the floor cool by not letting the hot air sit and be stagnant. Comes up to the radiator, comes out. Behind that's 2 transmission coolers and 2 batteries. And they have their own separate spot for air to come out there. So nothing can cross-contaminate each other and make a high pressure zone behind a cooler where you don't want it. The front fenders and the bed sides are all handmade, hand-formed aluminum. All this is welded, blended, and filed in-house. Minimal body work on all that. And to keep with kind of the race truck theme, it's all held on with Zeus fasteners. So it's about 5 or 6 Zeus fasteners to get this fender off. And then now you're down to the raw chassis if you wanted to go out in the dunes and didn't want to spray yourself with sand and rocks too much. In the back, we have a 53-gallon fuel cell from Harman Racing Cells, and we have a trunk underneath our spare tire here. It's on an electric release latch and gas struts. So you need to get in there. One press of a button, it's up. You can service anything on your fuel cell. You can fill your fuel from both sides. And there's even a small trunk here where we're keeping all of our car cover and our hoodies today. And it shuts like a car's trunk should. And then here we have our tailgate. We had a tough time finding the original tailgate with the logo. So we figured, hey, let's clean one up. Let's cut our own out of billet aluminum. We'll bolt it on there. Get some contrast with the black Cerakote. And then I know a big problem with these tailgates is they like to dent and get bent. We put 1 1/4" 120 wall chromoly tubing inside the top and bottom tubes, and we even pivot off the bottom here on a couple of Heim joints. And tailgate comes down. It's on some Corvette latches, so it's electric latches there. Put a couple stoppers here, and we have a drawer here I would pull out, but the car cover's got it stuffed closed right now. That's it. So the main goal in this thing was to look like a Willys, but be able to haul butt through the rocks, go fast in the desert, hit any curbs, go fast, and be a functional off-road vehicle.
Okay, well, everything you just said, you succeeded and more. I am just, every inch of this thing, you're just blowing my mind. So, it's even a grocery getter. You've got a trunk.
Yeah,
so,
you have a trunk?
Yeah. So, hey, go take it to the sand, take it in the rocks, get groceries.
That's the plan.
It's all of it right here. How long did it take to build this thing?
We have about 4.5 years in this thing and about 12,000 hours.
Okay, so to the builders out there, it doesn't happen overnight, but hard work pays off, right?
Hard work pays off. We're a small shop. It's the owner and 3 of us, and then we used Sylvester's Customs for the paint, Jack's Motorsports did the electrical wiring, and Rudy's Custom Upholstery did the interior. So between all of us, maybe 15 guys.
That is amazing. Well, you know what? I could be here all day, but we're going to have to end the video because we got more cars to see. It is a great SEMA 2024. I'm really glad you guys made it out here. I'm really glad I got to see your truck. And hey guys, like, share, and subscribe. Find these guys on the internet and give them some love. Say nice things about RJ Fabrication to everyone you meet because this is awesome. All right, thank you. See you in the next video.